them know the percentages of.
All right, so we've got pretty traditional green-black elves here. We've got 4 trophies in the board. We played these last time and they were fine. This is consistently one of the reasonably performing aggressive decks in the format.
Yeah, Nivik, that's really good. I didn't think of that at the time, but that's definitely something to check into.
This hand is a good example of why I love Elves of the Deep Shadow as opposed to Nettle Sentinel in this archetype. You pretty much always want... Eldrazi and Taxes is probably an okay matchup for us. You pretty much always want a Mana Dork on one in this deck, and Elves of Deep Shadow just gives you access to so many more of them. Our deck doesn't have fetch lands in it, so we just get to not really care about Leonin Arbiter. We go pretty wide, pretty quick.
M4 Elf, as the humans player, Affinity is one of the decks I dislike seeing, and I think it's because you can have a couple removal spells and then like a clock that closes in 2 turns. I felt like the times I've lost to Affinity, they've like killed my champion or killed my early pressure and then just plating me out of the game. That's just kind of... so then Whip Flare and Aether Grid after board are, like, very difficult to beat. If you don't have access to, like, 2 or 3 Whip Flares and a couple Aether Grids. Wow. Jeff, you got. You're supposed to concede
that happened. All right, yep. As you got me.
I'm glad they they cashed it in. They're like, I need to use this on something. This one.
Yeah, I think Knight's probably really good in that deck. That's not a deck that we've revisited since the latest set. Displacer's kind of scary here. You get to go and attack with Dwynen's Elite into this, though, which is nice. I'm gonna make a note to put Knight of Autumn and Trophy into the Abzan Knights list.
Yeah, Kato will be here. A long one today.
What just happened? Oh, they blinked my token. I was like, where did it go? Where did it go? I was confused. I was like,
Do you Coco here?
Yeah, I think so. I think I start by Coco off of this, and then this can make more mana potentially.
Hey, Jeff, is this good?
This seems like it could potentially be okay, Kent.
Okay.
I'm by no means an expert, but kind of okay things might be happening here. So you want to stack the Shaman and the Pack Trigger on the stack first, so the Dwynen Elite Trigger can resolve, giving us another elf to deal damage with. Let's just like dump them for 6. Let's do this. Let's do this.
This is definitely a good matchup.
Yes. Oh, look, some more candy.
Popper staple right there, by the way.
Lead the Stampede.
Mm-hmm. It's like another elf. Oh, and then looks like next turn we're gonna
brings a friend.
We're gonna Ezuri for
couple of mana.
Couple. Tandem tuba. Get a cap up in that comment. Killing me.
Flicker Wisp. Oh no.
Targeting what?
They took my Archdruid.
Oh. Meh.
Mr. T 2013, thank you for the brand new Prime support there. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna Thought Knot us. Twice.
Well, for whatever reason, they didn't flick this. So, Ezuri. Quantum, all of the decks in the queue today, I mentioned this when you donated, all the decks in the queue today have had people push them up. So...
Elf tap is another activation.
Yep. So, it got added to the end of the line. And when we're planning to do a long stream today. Kent and I are going for another 5 or 6 hours yet still.
Yes, it is ad hoc-ish. That's a good name.
Maybe these? I don't actually know. Nope, all the decks listed in the stream title are decks we still have yet to play today. So, got a bunch of stuff coming up. I feel like Lead the Stampede's kind of too clunky for this matchup on average. Maybe I just like swap 2 for 2 trophies. It's like a little bit of interaction.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe you just want to like go all in on the trophies, like with Thought Knot Seer and stuff like that floating around. Like
that's fair.
Yeah, like they're not really killing you.
That.
I mean, I guess they could try to because if it was Eldrazi Tron, I would say no, you can't cut them because they'll go big. But since it's this pile, yeah, I'm okay with this. I think this
someone who has played a lot of Death and Tax in both Modern and Legacy Elves is pretty much unwinnable. Yep, definitely true. Worship out. That's a good. Well, we have Shaman in the pack to beat Worship too. So Worship's generally not particularly good against us.
Captain, like I think Sneak and Show is fun. I'll be playing Grixis deck formerly known as Check Pile, mid-range stuff.
Oh no, they're gonna mana tie their Llanowar Elves, chat. Oh no, they're gonna mana tie their Llanowar Elves, chat. Don't do it. Oh, God bless you for resolving, little elf. God bless your little heart, Llanowar Elves. I think if you enjoy playing this deck, it's a very reasonable deck to take to a large tournament. Consistently have good results with it. It's doing something objectively powerful. It has the tools to be interactive when being interactive is good. So next turn. Ew, Ed Hawkish, thank you for the 3-1-3 sub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. Yep, yeah, exactly. Even in the matchups that tend to be hard, this deck has a lot of good tools to be competitive. Okay, just company here. I kind of would like to have mana from the Archdruid next turn, but company using my resource efficiently this turn is nice. Yeah, the new sub animation turned out really well. Really happy with it. Clancaller. I almost think I'd rather Elvish Mystic here. Just like get more mana going.
3, 4. I mean, you get another land and you just start Clancalling Clancallers, right?
Yep. Lose Archdruid here almost certainly. They took Shaman of the pack. Well, deal. They must have a path to exile if they did that, right? The other collected company was a good rip. I assume this Archdruid's gonna bite a big one here.
Nah.
Wow. Okay. I'm confused but not unhappy.
I think we're winning, Jeff.
I think we might be ahead. Sure.
Oh, I was about to say, please target the TKS. Hook it up. Hook it up.
So I can do this, do this.
You can activate the clan. You could activate Archdruid to get another Clancaller.
Play the Heritage Druid here. We can do that too.
Yep. Dwynen's elite, probably.
Yep.
Yep.
Then I can go, okay. And I can tap this, and her for 3, and then this is 6, and activate clan. Oh no! Oh, no! Why does this cat always get me? Every single time. This stupid cat. Never not the cat. Just.
Please spam the RTFC memes, folks. This is when you're supposed to throw them out there. This is the time.
Every time there's a Leonin Arbiter in play across to me, it's a clip. You know why? This is why.
You know what the best part is? You probably just.
They are still super
Can we just
dead.
math is for blockers.
We are very close to math is for blocker territory.
Can we Archdruid and still activate a Clancaller here?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's so true, powers that beagle. Just because you read the card doesn't mean you know you have to pay it before you activate it.
10 mana. Look, that's an entire Clancaller activation. I'm going to double Clancaller activate. Where my clan at? Where am my clan at? They have settled the wreckage. Good lord.
Can you tap? Yeah. I'll admit, I've not seen this happen with a Clancaller before.
This is the first time I've gotten all of them. It's really good. All right, settle me. Still have a very lethal board. No, I didn't actually mean settle me. Stop it. Stop it. I didn't actually mean settle me.
No, you're good.
I meant just block.
Somebody was like all is dust. I don't think they're all is dusting, folks. Typically, you don't all is dust in the in taxes, Eldrazi version stuff things. Look at all these blocks.
That's pretty good.
These are good blocks.
We're about to get Damnation to be very sad. Oh, I draw a card.
Damnation away.
All right, Damnation may do it.
That is all his dust mana.
That is in fact all his dust mana.
Wait, is all his dust Eldrazi?
It is, yep.
Oh, so they had it last turn, right? Or did
You
they
have to left click on their Leonin Arbiter. All right. Let's kick motor really quick because it's running really slow. While I'm doing that, I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out here today. Welcome.
Jeez.
Happy Thursday. We're hanging out playing some Modern here on Magic the Gathering Online, my favorite spreadsheet emulator. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do this because I love it, but my subscribers are the reason able to do what I do as often as I do it. I wouldn't be here continually employed without their very wonderful support. Past subscribing, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards tricked with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you follow the stream. Following doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I go live and with what. Also be sure to check out my YouTube channel and my website, jeffhoagland.com, for lots and lots of videos and deck lists and all sorts of great stuff like that. I break everything up by deck so you can watch just the matches that you care about. If you think this Elves deck is sweet after we're done with it here today, there are probably almost a dozen leads with this deck on my website at this point.
You know, we were talking about how when Twitch gets bigger, stuff is going to happen.
Yep.
Did you see the email today about Thursday Night Football now being on Twitch?
Thursday Night Football is on Twitch.
It was last week. So this week, it's going to be broadcast by Shannon Sharp and old Tim the Tatman.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Fortnite streamer, or, you know, a first-person shooter streamer.
Okay.
What we're getting at, Twitch is blowing up. All of these things that you're talking about, like, oh, you know, like the old music playing. TikTok. Like this is what Twitch has been set up for all along. Is this is how they make their money, and they're gonna start cracking down on this other stuff because they have to protect the liability. Yes, 100%.
So you tried Driven to Despair in Elves. So that's interesting. I don't know. The problem with a card like Driven to Despair in I don't know why, but the first time I join a game after I've started Magic Online, it likes to die. So we're gonna kick it back up here.
Yeah, Tim's a good streamer. I'm not a big Fortnite, like FPS streamer, but I'll watch his stuff. He salts off just the right amount.
Yeah, I think it's win more because a card like Driven to Despair, in order for it to be good, you have to have a big board. Mm-hmm. And generally speaking, if you have a big board in Elves, you're winning anyways. What are my thoughts on Magic Fest? Haven't looked at all the details. I do think it's weird. One of the details someone pointed out that the money is different depending on tournament location as opposed to scaling based on the number of people you have join the tournament. So that seems pretty unreasonable and unfair. Like, why would you give events that could potentially be bigger less prizes?
I do enjoy some bone apple tea. One of my favorites.
This hand would like another land, but it's pretty absurd with another land. No, the price to enter is not cheaper. Come on, you must be new here. Wait, is this the same person we just played against? We just like hit taxes twice. Nope, just actually a different person. Just taxes again though.
Wow. This is how you 5-0, right? They could be Nassif's deck.
Ooh, they could be. No, he doesn't play Cavern, I don't think, or Caves. Do the shilling. Let Kent Ketter do the shilling segment. I need to see his rendition of it.
These are some nerds. These are some nerds. Here's some stuff. Thanks for hanging out. Democracy.
I would love another land, thank you.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, I definitely don't know what you would. I'm interested to see what their 3 through 5 curve is.
Big Mama Emmercole, thank you for the 8-month resubscription there. You're in it for the memes. She says hello. Good luck in Columbus. Hopefully we're gonna run good in Columbus. Oh, okay, so not tech. I guess some of these Eldrazi texts let's play Lingering Souls. I don't know for sure. All right, I'm gonna do this. Name Elf. I'm gonna cast my company.
The Flex Seal guy is. I don't know if that is energy, but I believe it's an illegal form of energy. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, we're gonna have a little bit of reach this game, chat.
This deck is sweet.
It is. It's a genuinely good aggressive deck.
I had some friends in the Seattle area telling me like I was getting sick of Bridgevine, and they're like, Green Black Elves, Green Black Elves.
Pick your favorite.
The question, okay, is how long is the f sound? Is it like half second, quarter second? Also, I can just picture that being the response to, somebody asking you a question.
That's lethal.
Is this good, Jeff?
Is this one good? Would you believe that people play Elves and don't register Shaman in the pack? That's a real thing people do. They play this archetype and don't register Shaman in the pack.
Why?
I have no idea.
Please make black mana, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff.
God bless you, Cavern of Souls. Shaman. Shamalaman. Shaman. Shamalaman. Shaman. Shamalaman.
Jackal Girl, I don't really have a specific build, but I think there's like some Gargs and stuff in it, so it's very close to what I would play.
The list is actually pretty close to what we played last time Kent was here.
Yeah,
I don't think the archetypes really
there's not
past
like
that.
I've played a second Gargadon at one point over like that's really there's
We have a couple of Gargadons today.
the only change for me, the only substantial change in the deck is if I'm main decking ley lines or not.
The best part of Shaman is that it beats Worship.
Marty, Jeff taught me how auto tapped worked last night. I'm turning it back on my version of Arena when I get home.
Yeah, the auto tapper, like that alone saves you so much time on. If I'm ever in the Midwest, I'm going to get a foil Shaman and have you sign it and then rip it in front of you. Listen, that's okay. You're allowed to set your money on fire, whatever makes you happy.
It's much better use of money than the flip it or rip it idiots. Jack, let me I actually have a like verbatim. I sent a response to someone who asked that question, and I'll just read it off to you.
Modern is just green Merfolk is a good way to describe this deck. Guess I'm gonna keep this on a Scry. Oh, am I okay with the natural curve out? The 2/3 curve is so slow. Like not having a 1-drop in this deck kind of sucks. But I think I'm not in for bottoming a Lord here.
Oh, okay. So what I normally do is the versions without leyline have like 4 bushwhackers. Cut a couple of those, and then your Gargadons, like your 6th and 7th sack outlets, come out. Or brutality if you have those. One thing to keep in mind is if you cut all the bushwhackers from the main deck, it is a good enough card to put in your sideboard because all of your linear matchups, like your racing matchups, you just want to whack them.
You play it for the reaction of people around you, and it's well worth the price of the pack. Some people take Magic cards very seriously.
I do not disagree with you, Nivik, but I do laugh. No, not laugh. I actually feel saddened when I see people at local game stores basically encouraging kids who like buy, 10 packs a month to play the game because the adults are playing it type of thing. I've seen that in like LGS communities, and that's where it's just like, what? Like they have the resources to throw away, but the other person doesn't. Peer pressure. I know it's not a great example, but it's just silly.
I'm gonna move along here. Just get to our next game.
Oh, we got died.
Turn 2 TKS, turn 3 Strangle.
Yep.
Definitely not doing anything with that. Because people are turds.
I'm sorry, Project Swamp. Sounds like you're a lifeguard, and you definitely should not have done that.
Pokey Rabbit, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine with that. I can do better at 5, 6. These trophies look really bad in this hand.
I just caught that name. Alkalol.
This 5 is very good.
14. Hey, Tex, Kent Getter.
I'm gonna bottom the Shaman there because I think I want to look for more Lords or collected companies at this point. Lead the Stampedes, etc. Ways to like unmulligan basically. He's dead, Jim. Dealer's choice. Ugh, whatever floats your boat, opponent. Pick your favorite green druid.
The player 5/3/5. I mean, I think Ad Nauseam is just as good as any of the other. Like, if you want to play a combo deck, it is a good first combo deck to play. I would say maybe it's not the best first deck to play like competitive Magic with because there are some, like weird interactions and stuff. But if you're comfortable with the games and the rules and stuff, it's a good one to pick up.
All right. No Thought Not Seer here is good.
Nice deck opponent.
Right, so we know they drew that for this turn, so that means they probably don't have another play since they passed with 4 mana last turn.
Aw.
I assume we're losing Shaman in the pack here.
Nah, they're gonna hook us up.
Every match is a Mana Tithe matchup. What's going on? Running it down the middle. Thank you for the 2-month resub there. I appreciate that. Thank you for the continued support.
Do you run it down the middle on 4th and 10 too? You might be from Chicago. Boom, boom.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
As far as like draws that could maybe pull us back into the game at some point, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, I think that's a good piece of advice. The prison decks, you have to understand all the different moving parts to know. Like, by its very nature, your job is to stop what everybody's doing. But if you're not comfortable with the format broadly, you're working very hard to figure out what that is. Like, when in doubt, be the one asking the questions.
Rude. They have too many Doomblades, Kent. They have too many Doomblades.
They have no cards, though.
Third lands could be real good here.
It'll be right here, Jeff.
All right. I mean, like that's like a tap land. I mean, like this game kind of showcases some of the resiliency and power of this deck in my mind, right? Like this is a game where we mulligan to 5, and like they've picked us apart a little bit here. Nothing to see here, just very unlucky. Click through my combat step. $12 ounces of chocolate cookies. You only ate 12 ounces? That doesn't sound very American to me. Try harder next time. Do I play around a Damnation? They're dead on board anyways, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just gonna put them to 1.
Yep.
I don't think there's any reason to play into a sweeper here.
Nope. To a lot of lands. TKS? Okay. Oh, they have Vault here.
Yeah, but they're still dead on board, right? So they only go to 6, and then they're
Oh yeah,
taking
They're still dead. I'm just mathing over here.
You don't want to concede to dead on board? Fine. I'll play my other Archdruid and make you even more dead on board, opponent. A space smash base.
Is that the match?
Yeah, this is the match.
On
We
that
are,
note,
we are the king of the black white Eldrazi decks.
I'm gonna go drop that car off and be back in like 15-20 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
I'll be back, chat.
Oh yeah, because you got to be. I need you to
Yes.
clear Jake from 3 to whatnot.
Yep. So I'm gonna go drop this off and just be
Perfect.
back quickish.
What do you think of sideboarding gods with proactive abilities in general for trophy decks? I think sideboarding for green-black decks is a little silly. I think that they're not anywhere near representative enough in the format. Negator, thank you for the 11-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Almost to that entire year there if you're real close to the sword.
Jeff, you don't want to play Farika in your green-black deck to trump the mirror?
No, I do not. I do not want to play Freak in my green-black deck.
If anybody suggests that, you gotta tell them it conflicts with Ooze. Doesn't work out.
Okay, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that.
It's a good name.
Yep, this is a good name.
All right, I'll be back.
Sounds good. What is Elves afraid of? I don't know. This is like one of the many decks in Modern where you kind of have like this really good proactive game plan, so you really have a chance against most things. I guess Living End is pretty rancid, and I think your blue-white matchup's actually okay. If they have Terminus by turn 3 or 4, they can get you. But if they don't have Terminus right away, you're in a pretty good spot. And people like everybody saying Terminus is acting like they always have Terminus. They don't always have Terminus.
Yes,
I know as a human, it's been ingrained into your brain to only remember the times where they blow you out with Terminus, but there are plenty of games where they just don't have it and you just kill them. Yeah, that is definitely what Kent just screamed. I think with Shaman of the Pack you really don't care about Bridge. Especially with 4 trophies in the board now too. Storm isn't that bad in my experience, but the Damping Spheres and the Thoughtseizes and the Surgicals. Living End is tough because their combo also gets rid of your pressure. Yeah, I had to turn his stream off after I hosted him yesterday in Buman. I don't like I understand people being stuck on Dark Confidant, but like cutting Liliana the Veil, honestly, he messed up the mana base a ton. Was probably the biggest issue with all the things he did. I can't imagine cutting that many black sources. Sure, most of them don't play all those cards though, Debo. A lot of them are on like 5 sweepers at most. Yeah, Decay Impulse replacement. So before this deck had Trophy, we played 2 Pulse, or 2 Decays and a Pulse and a 4th Damping Sphere. Hey, Cold Shoulder, thank you for the $10 tip. I appreciate that. Here's the donation for the Bant mid-range standard deck. Awesome, will do. Todd Stevens making a pile out of Green X. Todd's a very good Magic player. He has a ton of very good results. He's a great person. I just don't always agree with some of his card choices, and that's okay. So being on the play here against Tron should be pretty good for us. If they don't have Tron on 3, we're gonna run them over with us on the play. And then post board we get trophies and damping spheres. Alright. Spin 2, win. Ew. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Spin to remember, chat. Magic is nothing like gambling. Kuzulcic with the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here with that. I appreciate it. Will Shadowborn memes be a normal $10 donation? I don't know if I want to play that deck again, Jackal Girl. We've played it a few times recently. It's just been poop every time we've played it. You literally pay this giant leprechaun to play bad magic cards for you. Burgle, don't shame the people giving me money. Alright, so I don't think I want all 4 Assassin's trophies in this matchup. I think that's too much interaction, but I think 3 and 3 is probably good here. I'm gonna cut the Stampedes and the Ezuris. Collecting Company is a very high variance Magic card. I actually this is my favorite Collected Company deck, and one of the reasons why I like Collected Company in this deck is because a lot of the cards in this deck are redundant and similar, which means you're not like trying to hit specific cards off Collected Company. Collected Company sucks when you're trying to play it as a tutor, right? Like when you're playing Collected Company in your Spell Queller deck and you're like, oh man, I really gotta hit Spell Queller here, and then you don't, you feel bad. I still miss Legacy. I know it's not coming back, but I can give you money and miss Legacy at the same time. Thank you, Gross, for the support. Yeah. Yeah, at least you understand. This channel is like a better Mana Traders for meme decks that you don't want to dirty your hands with yourself. I am basically outsource testing. What is going on? Basic forest, basic forest. I'm not sure I understand what my opponent has kept. What is my general opinion of Magic Arena so far? From playing a card game on the computer perspective, it is fantastic software. The economy leaves a little bit to be desired in some aspects, but if you can get past how you acquire cards in the game, the actual gameplay is like a solid A, maybe even an A+. I really think they've done everything you can do from the perspective of taking Magic and making it pleasant on digital. There are certain things in Magic that just like will never translate 100% pleasantly to digital, but Arena's done a good job of working with what their constraints are, basically. And as someone who's very critical of Wizards of the Coast software, I don't give that expectation in review lightly. Yep. Yeah, it's a good filler for that Sithos, for sure. Well, this is Dwynen's plus Clancaller here, and then we'll just apply enough pressure that we're force them to crack the O-Stone and then try and rebuild through it, I guess. I guess I could potentially kill them here. You think Arena's deck building interface is a little bit medium too. That being said, it imports deck lists from text files, so I really don't think it's that big of a deal. So I'm currently attacking for 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I hit a Lord and a Shaman in the pack, we're pretty well off here. I didn't board in Rec Sage. Maybe that was a mistake. I can just hit them for 8 and do nothing else here. Double Lord puts them to 4. I think I'm just supposed to do this. You're just supposed to do this on attack for 9. I think I'm far enough ahead that I can afford to be conservative here. Is what it comes down to. Runaway Steamkin's a messed up card, Diva. It's very, very good. Nothing to see here, just incredibly unlucky. No plays. Tilt. These are not the droids we're looking for, chat. Are they gonna clear this board? That's so good for me. I don't know that we're winning, but like that's definitely good for me. I mean, they're at 8 and I've got 5, 6 power in play. So they need another payoff here. If they have another payoff, I don't have any follow-up, but if they don't have a payoff and they brick for a turn, we get to kill them. Yeah, like 3rd O-Stone, Ugin, pretty unbeatable at this moment. Even Wormcoil's pretty bad for us, honestly. Alright, what do you got? Yep. We're not dead. I'm not conceding until they put a threat out, chat. Just like their deck has enough air in it that like I'm gonna wait until they put a thing into play. Yep. Alright, we good. I wonder if I'm supposed to have Rex Siege in post board here. I don't know. Trophy killing their lands is pretty good. Maybe Clancaller's not good enough because it encourages me to overextend. Maybe I'd rather have Sage and Ezuri here. Thoughtseize is fine here. The problem with bringing in a card like Thoughtseize is that, remember when you're playing an aggressive linear deck like what we're playing, every card we bring in that's not advancing our primary game plan is diluting our primary game plan. So there's a real cost to every piece of interaction we want to have in our deck. Sand's very good. We get to go Gilt-Leaf Shadow, Archdruid on 2, Archdruid Damping Sphere on 3. Yeah, Thoughtseize is for combo and control decks. I think before I had Trophy in the board, I was bringing in Thoughtseize in this matchup, but post Trophy, I think Trophy plus Damping Sphere are just our better interaction. Rude. Sure. Looking for some action here now. If we don't find any more elves to put into play, we could be in a lot of trouble here still. Need to actually kill our opponent before they just like make land drops naturally and kill us. Jam this in. Sorry for the noise outside. That must be working. Maybe I'll go close my window. Yeah, I'm gonna go close my window really quick so we can cut down on that background noise. Yeah, Kent is coming back. He borrowed his parents' car when he got in yesterday and had to go return it. My lawn has a actually, it was funny, we were talking about owning homes where I was talking about we had to dig up my front yard not long after I moved in here, and we actually, it's like just now finally has enough been long enough that we can reseed it. So there's people out there reseeding the lawn right now. You shouldn't board in that many cards with this deck. Again, just like diluting too much is a big deal. Yeah, that's fine. Are they dead? They're pretty close to dead. A land tier, an untapped land tier is actually a really good draw. The sewer pipe going out of my house had to be back. A tree root went through it. It was an old clay pipe from forever ago because my house is like 40 years old. I don't know what you mean by lawn. You should be happy about that. Lawns suck. So, do I activate Ezuri and then... So, like, the issue here is if I trophy this, I could, like, activate Ezuri, leave back 2 elves, attack, and then destroy this, and they take damage. But that ramps them, and then they could Ugin me next turn. So, we're getting Ugin next turn. But they're dead, right? Yeah, we have dead. They're dead if they have nothing. All right. So how this is gonna work is we go ahead and we attack with these, and then no, we want a trophy when they block because this gives trample. So how this works is we go ahead and do this, giving our things trample, and then we'll trophy the worm coil. Brutal. I think that's gonna be the game. I don't think we can beat the spot removal here. So I do this, and they take 9 and lose their worm, but this gives them the land to cast the Ugin next turn. And they still have worm tokens left over. So, like, they're taking 5, 9 down to 2 here. Yeah, rough. Yeah, that's true. We could rip Shaman or company. They're gaining 3 here as part of the issue, though. Yeah, Coco into double Shaman is lethal. I mean, I don't even know that that's really that tilting, right? It's just like, it's not like they've been top decking and like ripped things. Like they just had cards in hand for a while. Yeah, untapped land was lethal 2 turns in a row. We just didn't hit it. We just drew elves. All right, close loss to Tron there. Beat a couple of black-white mid-range decks. Moving on into the next one. Sounds like Mr. Ketter has returned.
Yeah, we're back.
Guess who's back? Back again. Ketter's back. Tell a friend. What about trophying your suit ramp yourself? You cannot trophy your own cards. It's not a legal play. It's explicitly opponents. If your name isn't Alex, you can't trophy your own cards. It's a real shame.
It's perfect outside.
It is beautiful. Yeah, I close this because it's loud.
Okay, yeah. Well, once he stops making noise, I would encourage you to open it back up, because it's like...
Could you fill this in the sink in the bathroom? Thank you. Well, that is a slow and beatable Affinity start. I'd have to imagine this matchup's probably kind of hard for us. They probably have good. We probably can race them occasionally, so like their slower starts are better, but their nut straws are probably a little bit better than our nut straws. Yeah, they have whip flares and stuff post board. Behavior like that shouldn't be normalized in the community, Tuba. Especially with Wizards of the Coast doing their best to like make that behavior like normalized and acceptable. Like every chance I get. What do I think about 1 to 2 more canopies instead of a forest? I think a lot of the time, like this deck doesn't have a very high land count. I think a lot of the time it's just like taking unnecessary damage. I also think playing a certain number of basics is important for like beating the Path to Exile field of rune decks. Hey, Nirvana, thank you very much for the 4-month resubscription there. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
RDRK, nothing special or nothing new, just like the ongoing issue of,
you know, cheaters not being punished for playing Magic together, right?
And then
cheating.
WotC claiming they care about their players and blah, 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 when there are people that do care.
No, I'm not playing Fracturing Gust in the sideboard. There really aren't a ton of popular artifact decks. I've got a couple of Sages and I've got the 4 Assassin's Trophy for cleaning out their more important things, but I don't have like a I win card for this matchup.
I am playing Legacy. Or is Legacy playing me? I never know.
One of the two.
Lighthammer, I think that is a fair assessment, and I don't think it's mellow. It's slightly, but I know what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We punish people who do things on social media harsher than we do people who steal money from people who play Magic. Well, that is there's a lot of Galvanic Blasts, and they found a payoff here, so I guess they only have 1 card left. They don't have another blast. Maybe this Lead the Stampede powered out by this Elvish Archdruid could potentially drag us back into this game kicking and screaming.
Not again, Debo.
They don't permanently ban people for cheating. So it only Modern today, or will you do Standard later?
Time dependent.
It's gonna be time dependent. Honestly, I think we're probably gonna get caught up doing only Modern today. We had a bunch of big donations to play Modern, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got like 4 more Modern decks I want to play after this one, and I think we're gonna be done by like 8 o'clock at the latest today.
Very dead.
Yep.
Especially with that Inkmoth Nexus.
This is one of the things that, when it comes to playing this deck, I think this deck is a very consistent, linear, aggressive deck, but this deck, for the most part, is kind of just like 2 ships passing in the night against most things in the format. Mm-hmm. You're just trying to race people.
Yep. I know as the Humans player, like, I never wanted to play against this deck, but, like, when you played against it, it was just always, like, can I be fast enough type of thing. And
yep.
It is not a good feeling. I'm not saying it's a bad strategy to be, but, like, it feels much worse than it actually is.
Correct, yep. And for the record, I'm not opposed to banning people who are dicks on social media. Wizards of the Coast is a private organization. They are allowed to manage their membership however they'd like. I just wish that they would take a harsher stance on people who cheat, just like they do on people who are dicks and harass other people.
Yeah, the 6 month for Dan Ward, and he's not a nice person. He's been verbally aggressive with people for years at tournaments, which is a terrible look for, like,
I'm getting rid of the language command if we're gonna use it willy-nilly. I can say dick on television. Sorry. Isn't there a Vexing Zoo deck list in the queue?
There isn't.
Oh, it's further down, I think.
It might be called something worse, though. Oh, it's collect that. Is that it? Oh, because somebody donated $2.
They donated for it today, so it wasn't towards the top. I'm pushing the Collector Zoo deck up towards the top, so it was in the queue, but it was further down towards the top now. It's labeled Collector Zoo. It is in the top few rows now if you open the deck queue on my site. Yep, sorry about that. That was a midstream bump. This hand's very good. Doesn't have any of our interactive elements, but golly, it's going to be good at racing. And even when they take a stance on harassers, they do it when there is a ton of outside pressure. Yep. It took a long time. Why such a long stream today? Well, normally I have to be done at 3:30 so I can grab Jake off the bus, but today I'm going to duck outside really quick to grab Jake off the bus, and he's going to hang out with Kent for a little bit till my wife gets home. And then I'm off for probably all of tomorrow because we're taking the day to drive to Columbus because Kent and I and Matt are playing in the Open this weekend, although Matt's on a different team.
Okay, Jay, you might want to look up what the definition of cheating is.
Who is that?
Doesn't matter. They're just not smart.
Perfectly. Yeah, good. God bless, Rogue.
Maniac. I think it's important to note that Elvish Archdruid, the larger, more expensive lord, lets you vomit your hand on the board. Maybe I'm not remembering the other. Maybe I'm not remembering the other lord that exists.
I like the dredge list on my site, except it needs some Assassin's trophies in the sideboard. I'm gonna update that after we get done today.
Yeah, Wanna Beetle. He was like, he tried to be a little aggressive with me, and I'm just like, okay, neat, dude. Like, I've had people shoot at me. But it was just like, it immediately set me off because I'm just like, what if he's playing like a 12-year-old kid at a Grand Prix or something? Like at his FNAMs, at his local events, whatever it is. He's also like a larger dude. Like, you know, you gotta be aware of that stuff. You're right, Ezuri. That's a fair point.
I don't think it's fair that Wizards can ban people who act like dicks on social media, but WotC is actively being a dick by not unbanning social media. It's an unfortunate mistake. Honestly, the thing, and this is the most important thing, and maybe people don't realize this, is life's not fair, and private orgs can do whatever they want, and they don't have to be fair about it. They can do whatever they think is best for their game and their product, regardless of what is classified as fair.
Just ask for a timeout.
I'm going to be honest, Justin. It's been a really long week, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right?
Google Frank Karsten Mana Math. It goes over the basics of hypergeometric distributions and finding right mixes of mana for things.
Bookmark that article. Maybe print it out. Give it to all your friends. I would suggest you frame it.
All right, Shaman of the Pack. Here's a card that could help us steal this game.
And then we're gonna hit Heritage Druid. Oh, had to believe, right?
I don't have a good attack here.
Thankfully, they don't have a great attack.
That's true. They get to like punch us a little bit with this flying creature and maybe the Etch Champion, but like I guess if they fire up the Etch Champion, like they don't have good blocks anymore. I don't understand why people think Magic needs to have giant prize pools. So I'm gonna explain something to you. So here's I'm gonna make the camera big for this one. So this one will be nice. So here, my hands, the space between my hands here. Let's get this camera. This is all the people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
This is all the people in the world who play games, video games, board games, etc. This is all the people who play Magic. And this is all the people who play Magic competitively. Do you see what a small portion of the people that is there? The amount of people that play Magic very competitively is very small. There are a ton of people that play a bunch of Magic and don't care about competitive stuff at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand this drive that like we need to like have these big giant prize pool for these things that just like there's a lot of people that don't care about it. And I personally like competitive stuff, but I'm also realistic and understand that just like there aren't a lot of people that are interested in that, right? And this isn't the type of game where you're bringing in these huge outside advertisers to justify a lot of this spending.
I'm with Tandem Tuba on that. I think your final size was way too big.
Way too big. Yep. I needed to show up on the camera.
Like
yep.
This compared to the original hands is what we're talking about.
It's very, very, very small. A majority of the people, how can you play Magic and not be competitive?
LeClaire, Andy made a fat Tron donation, and I don't know if you updated.
Oh, I didn't update the Tron live. I should do that too.
Got you.
I didn't update either of the live ones. That's what the other one's missing. Is there Tron in the title? There should be Tron in the title. We may or may not get to Tron today. It's gonna be tight getting it under 8 o'clock.
I think you said worst case you might pick it up in the morning.
25K tournament this summer for DBZ. I mean, sure. Oh. SCG does one of those like twice a month though for Magic. McKeegs, thank you for the 4-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
That's definitely not true. New games, there is this perception that new games have a new pool because they advertise it, and your brain latches onto that as being the recent event. But I don't think long term that's true. Prize pools are just connected to how much value the company gets for exposure.
Yep.
So I remember working, like running professional paintball tournaments, and they always talked about they have Dorito bunkers on the field. It's called Doritos. They're triangle shaped things. And they got a Doritos sponsorship, small one.
Okay.
Got it slapped on the bunkers, and everybody's like, "Yeah, this is it. This is the big breakthrough for paintball." And all the people running the events are like, "No, like there's no extra exposure. There's not suddenly like 10,000 people buying Doritos that they're gonna give a bunch of money to. Like, that's not how these things work. That's not how like growth happens."
Yep. All right, interesting. So they messed up here a little bit. They should have blocked the Mendmite on the 3/3, obviously, because they were sacrificing it anyways. We had Manatize with the bits to make sure we get to Tron. Sounds good. Can't probably make that happen. I might, since we have so many decks, I might push Abzan Rock towards the end and get through some of these decks that'll be a little bit faster leagues.
To be honest, Abzan Rock is also real boring. Sorry for the Abzan Rock lovers. Yeah, Tofu. I definitely got knocked out of an invitational top 8 by Betcher. Straight up mulled the 5 in 2 games when I was playing monsters versus like slow black control.
Are they going in here? I think they're going in on the Sigmoth.
Do you think they'll sack their Moxel?
The fact that I didn't attack with the Deep Shadow has to be a flag, right? Maybe they're just like accepting that like they can't beat this Ground Pounder.
They might think you just have like collected company.
Oh, well, no, it's just the Archdruid pays for that, right?
Well, maybe you didn't want to lose, you know, the Deep Shadow, the elf. I don't know. It's black.
It is my only black source. That's fair.
God, this is gonna be delicious.
Yeah, there's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Just boop it. Boop, 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 boop it on the nose.
Well, it would be even funny.
I'm gonna put that one on my wall in my trophy case.
It'd be even funnier if they're over there going, "Oh yeah, can't beat this, can't decay it, we're good."
Trophy kills lands. Nah, I don't know. Like, I don't think that's completely in a completely unreasonable spot to push in either, because like we were definitely very ahead on board.
Yeah.
I guess they could have just been a little bit more conservative and left back the Edge Champion, but I think like especially with like the possibility of Shaman of the Pack looming over, that there's a chance there's a chance that that needed to be pushed that turn. Yeah, like, and the thing you have to remember is that, like, just because your opponent had the thing that beat you doesn't mean it's strictly incorrect to make them have it in that position. This hand is really good with an accelerant.
I think so. Like, and I also think it's really good because, like, Affinity is, they're just trying to get you in this match.
Yeah, and they have such a low density of payoff cards.
Right. A boop emote wouldn't be bad. Once again, how do you represent it? But, you know.
And for people asking, like, again, just to, like, touch one last point on the, you know, Magic payouts and prizes and stuff like that. I think there is both, I think that is not unrealistic to both think that there is room for Magic to grow and do better with how its tournaments are currently, but I also think that it's unrealistic to expect Magic to be Dota, or Magic to be League, or Counter-Strike Source, or any of these other huge games. What would a tilt emote look like?
Smart's an overstatement, but I appreciate it.
I reject your notion of reality and choose to put my fingers in my ears. So I worked on a couple of brick and die emotes, actually, Jackal Girl, with my art guy, and I just really didn't like how any of them turned out. They just didn't look good at the sizing. Sure, but being the game, whatever that means, doesn't necessarily make it good for coverage and good for content and stuff like that. And honestly, something like Arena will probably do light years for making something like Magic more accessible on coverage than anything else they could do. If Arena is the future of Magic coverage, that could be the thing that actually pushes it forward. We actually had a train emote, and it just didn't get used, so we ended up replacing it. Spire is not strictly better. Magic players use terms like strictly better incorrectly constantly, and it's very annoying.
Get to cast a creature here.
We could do a... I wonder if we could do a table tilting over with the words flip across the top, and it could be both table flip and delver flip. Get that dual purpose. How long till Arena replaces Magic? A very long time.
That is the... I didn't realize that was the quote for that number. Appreciate our opponent trying to win this game.
All right. I mean, these companies are about to be really good, right? And I'm going to wait to do it on their turn because I have 2 Reclamation Sages in my deck, and I ideally would like to kill these Inkmoth X's. One of them.
You're so unlucky, Jeff.
Yeah, there is definitely going to be a new postmodern format at some point. I'm actually really looking forward to it. As someone who has kind of built their kingdom on a non-rotating format, I would love to play a non-rotating format on a sweet video game like Arena. All right, now I feel kind of bad. I'm probably supposed to trophy this plating, right? Rather than risk missing on a thing. Right?
It's a 5-1. Oof. 6. How many Rec Sages?
I guess I'm at...
I think you're supposed to company.
I think I'm supposed to company too.
Because, like, if you... Like, they're... I mean, not... Well, you're not going to race them because of how big it is, but... Company now. Oh, please tap. Keep going. Rec Sage. Rec Sage.
The emote images are submitted as, I almost clicked on that, sorry. Emote images they need to be 3 sizes. I need a 112 by 112 pixels, a 56 by 56, and a 28 by 28.
Good news is we can...
Although if you did text across the top, I would want the text to match like the Moto and the RTFC emotes that I have now. I'm not sure what font they use offhand. Good. What's up, Baron?
5, 9.
All right, so I do this.
You could have accompanied, but
No, I think I need a trophy this turn, right?
you could have accompanied and trophied because you had the Elvish Mystic.
I'm
Cavern of Souls.
Yep. All right. I didn't count, Ken. The counting is supposed to be for the blockers, chip.
You're lighting your fire on time.
I've got you, fat man.
Only there's a way that says I survived the timeout. Get that in an email. Like, I'm back.
I've got a couple of the early copies of my merch shirts that I'm wearing this weekend, and one of them has message delete on the back. It's great. Speaking of merch stuff, we're gonna have shirts and stuff like that up soon. We're going to have tokens that I'm picking up this weekend. We've ordered pins and stickers as well. I've got you, Lufty. Hope your weekend is better. Shirts will be up on the site soon enough.
Where's your Maelstrom pulse?
Do I have an example of the tokens? I tweeted one. I'll post a picture of them when I have them in person this weekend too.
Don't you?
They're gonna be Jester tokens.
Don't you do it, opponent? Don't you do it? Well, they don't have it.
Sweet. All right, so we're taking 2 here.
Are we cracking for?
Man, whoever emotes these are, they're gonna get in a lot of trouble if Twitch ever finds out about those.
Oh, jeez.
Are they dead to Ezuri? So Ezuri is worth 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then 23 with this.
Ink Moth can...
And they're at a virtual 22, 23, 24. So I can make them block with this and this. I'm still dead to Galvanic Blast no matter how I slice that.
You could Archdruid Company here. Like Archdruid just for an uptick and then have... Could also just Company first.
Yeah, why don't I think I start with Company first. Yeah. I guess I lose out if I get hit Shamans this way.
That's good. For 7 goes to 14.
Yep, I don't think we can. We're not in a position to beat a Galvanic Blast. Of course, maybe they would have used it already. Again, just like, there's a lot of positions you get in this deck where you're just like, alright, hope you don't have it. Kill me, so I'm gonna kill you next turn. And I think this comes back around to, I think I would have been a lock to win this game if I would have realized I could have companied plus trophied last turn and played the correct land and then not played the other thing out. Be in a very good spot.
Yeah, because we would have been attacking with
I'd
two more creatures
here.
here.
I'd be attacking with some more creatures here.
Or at least one more creature, assuming, you know.
Yeah.
Heritage Druid and Shaman would have gotten an Ezuri activation.
There wasn't. Was there a Heritage
Druid? There was.
Was there a Heritage Druid in there?
There definitely was. I thought Druid Shaman was better.
I definitely didn't count. All right. Well, guess what? To have a timeout, because we don't think around here, we know. If you have time to type in chat, you've got time to know. Alright, did the Geld Blast. I definitely didn't count that, so I don't know if it was lethal or not.
Because it's one less Anthem, so all the creatures are one smaller.
Opponent said no blast, good games, Malv. Yeah, I think I had a couple of slightly suboptimal moments there, and they didn't rip the blast to punish us for it. So we're 3-1 after the close loss to Tron. Stack 4-1's a lot. At least, very least, will be a modern deck here. I want to thank you and your moderator for my recent timeout. Here's to many more. Brola Bear, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I'll probably leave it on Bill.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I'm a very lucky person, Malv. I'm lucky. One could argue I'm lucky professionally.
Wow. The 3-2 emote is great.
It turned out really well.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this last set of ones he did were great. Just like the RTFC, the Moto, the music, the Floop.
And you think that comes down to you expressing like an easily designed idea?
Some of it too is Can't give me my first timeout since becoming a subscriber. All right, that one's for you. Titan Rising. Kent's gotta power up his Twitch app. What's the best way to win at Magic? Step 1 is be lucky. Step 2 is don't be unlucky. If you combine those two things together in a good mix, you'll be perfect.
Titan Rising, hit me up with another hello, and I got you. And I gotta press extra buttons over here.
You gotta pipe up again so Kent can see you in chat. Step 3, be Spartan. Being Spartan thin doesn't hurt.
Overrated. Sylvan Library, I think I'm gonna get you here.
There is a difference, and this is people who are either don't understand it or just want to be lazy or make justifications for why they can't win. Magic is pay to compete. It's not pay to win. Pay to win implies that if I spend more money than my opponent, I will always beat them, and that's not how Magic works.
The guy, 420. Stay elevated, bro.
Can you get that?
No.
I want a feedback loop, Ken.
You need a feedback loop.
I wanna get all the loops. Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot.
Gotta say, the Twitch app is real good for getting those timeouts in.
Fire away. To be fair, I do look like I could be Ken's dad. Even though he's like, you're what, 3 years older than me?
Yep. Super duper fresh. I would honestly say join Jeff and I in the land of Thoughtseize Goyf. Until you have experienced the old Thoughtseize Goyf Lily curve, you haven't really mid-ranged. Those things you mentioned, those are the blasphemous mid-range decks. Chubby Grunt, I did not, but that's because I got off a keto and went into throwing, like baseball training 6 days a week. Now that I'm cycling like off and I don't really do it, I haven't had the same problem. I put on I put on about 6 pounds. I was 165 when I was done with keto.
Kent needs a cake shake. That's probably gonna happen next week, but that's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get one. I've had my sugar and carbs for the day.
All right, well, this is just like, we take him to Ezuri Pound Town here, right?
What I actually ran into more than anything, Chubby, was, oh, yes, we do, was just the carb, sensitivity and being all wonky when trying to eat it after months of not messing with it. Now I just eat a ton of, what?
Nebelgast Herald. Oh, He's hungry. Num, 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 num. Num, num, num,
num. Tap 2 creatures.
Num, 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 num. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
3
wow.
creatures.
What? I said, what? They've tapped so many of our creatures, chat.
Cooper.
That's actually kind of scary. It's actually kind of scary. Bless this chat with what knowledge of a cake shake is. It is a chocolate shake with a piece of cake blended into the bottom.
There's no minimalization of said cake. It is full cake. Rich and delicious. I will say, for those that are like doing the keto or getting back, potatoes, friends. We as a society eat a lot of processed like grains and stuff like that. I have been blessed by the baked potato. Also, you cover it in fats with sour cream and butter. Works well. It's really not. They do a good job, Tandem. You would think it's nutty, but it's not bad.
All right, so them leaving those back to potentially block here seems good for us. I'm gonna get to combat this time before I activate my guy. I just wasn't playing around Modern Staple Nebelgast Herald when I jammed last turn.
He definitely didn't play around the second one.
Please target this one. Please target this one. Please target this one. Please target this one.
Oh, I put the hat on the right one. What a jerk. It's just same thing, right?
I think it's just ship and activate, right?
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. Just
actually, I should wait and see how they block here.
Right.
They take this, or I just go elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Because then you can leave. Not that regeneration matters, but you know it's there.
Yeah.
You should. Well, whatever. But yeah.
You could Queller this, but like if they're Quellering this, then they have one less spirit to tap things with next turn. Chat wants to know how you eat potatoes on keto. I think he's talking about after keto, right?
Yeah. Post. While I was active on it, I did not. My carbs were solely from cauliflower. A lot of riced cauliflower. Yeah, Lighthammer, you're absolutely correct. And apologies for not outlining the complex versus simple. Corn chips. Drink your water, eat your salt, and don't make any changes for 2 weeks.
If you're short on salt, you're currently participating in Twitch chat, feel free to take a little extra from there.
And you need it all for keto. That's actually why Magic players love keto. Finally use it all. Yeah, Avery, I was deadlifting a good amount right when I got off of keto, and it was lovely to see the energy gains from getting back on the complicated carbs. You know, Jackal Girl, I probably wouldn't, but it's better than the like all ice cream diet, so could be worse.
Listen, there's nothing more American than a potato, Kent.
That's got to be like incorrect. I don't know what I don't know what is, but yeah.
Just here for the Twitch chat. Thank you for the biddies, Beetle.
Yeah, Digger Malay. It's definitely. I was eating like a meal before and after, plus taking a scoop of some sugar.
So against spirits, do I just want 4 Doomblades instead of 4 Lead the Stampede? I think so.
Yes.
And this is why this card is sweet, right? It just like comes in a lot of places, very flexible, just like never amazing, but often like you're just like, yeah, that effect was fine. That effect is something I'm looking for. No, I don't think I care about the vials necessarily. This hand is more than good. Great.
Sergeant Dimples, that heuristic makes perfect sense to me. I agree completely. As long as we all understand that cardio is just simulating death over and over, just let's avoid it.
Simulating death. I like my treadmill, Cancutter. I like my treadmill. Don't treadmill shame me. Where else am I supposed to play on my phone while I'm at the gym if not on the treadmill?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, that left guy. Or that one effing guy. That's a good one. Definitely if you guys are going to look at something like keto, you need to be working with a doctor and aware of like how your body actually reacts to something pretty drastic. If you're not talking to a health professional while attempting to shock your body, you're just kind of rolling the dice. I would time you out, Jat, but you have a sword.
Cardio is great. So, I guess I'm still getting in under Spellcaller here, which is great. Do I attack with Dwynen's Elite here? It's probably pretty free, right? Even if they have a Lord, I'm still trading. Oh, they could have double Lord here. They could have double Lord and then eat this. Yep.
Brandon, feel free to toss a link. I'll take a look at it. And yeah, seriously, like, I know people want to make their lives better, you know, and you want to feel good about yourself, but like, making a drastic change to your physical existence come with risks.
Oh, so we didn't dubs block. Okay, sure. Deal.
That was a free double block, right?
That was a free double block. Yep. I put the two lords and I was like, oh, this is bad for us. I forgot that round change got to flush this in. Rude. And by rude, I mean I'm gonna start getting Clancallers every turn.
Thanks, Imbuement. Thanks for stopping by.
Do I attack with this? I feel bad if they have a 3-mana Lord, but like I can activate this and make this a 4/4 if they try and bounce again.
Tandem Tuba. Yes, I agree. And I also don't think I'm better than good. Yeah, Namchelli, most people that do it long term, it is cycling. You want to cycle on and off. Hold, Jeff. Check for cat Jesus. Got you, buddy.
You're the worst.
The player, by my measurement, busted means wins a lot, and right now winning a lot would be playing Grixis. Sorry, the deck formerly known as Check Pile.
The deck formerly known as Check Pile. Well, they need a lot of blockers here. We get to drop another Clancaller into play next turn. Then we'll have 4, 8, just a lot of damage.
Sylvan Library, and I am out of baseball, but I will make sure to message our hitting trainer and ask him. No,
since you've boarded the trophies in every matchup for Stampede, maybe they should change place. No, I don't think so. I think Lead the Stampede is a card that helps us advance our linear game plan, whereas Trophy is a card that's like aiming to be interactive and not contribute with that.
I think if you have better, like, linear cards for game one, Lead the Stampede is the card to look at, possibly to cut, but making the straight swap, you know, with that line of logic, exactly as Jeff said.
Yep. There is such a thing that's a card that's just like, it's good as a game one card, and it's like kind of good generically too.
You mean the deck formerly known as Czechoslovakia, I mean Czech Republic, I mean Czechia? Yeah, that's where we're at now. It's now Czechia.
I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Can't force jump blocks here. A little bit too slow on the draw.
Oh, they're 3/5s too.
Yeah, they're huge. A lot of lords. Lordy.
The deck formerly known as Yep. That's definitely it.
All right, chat. It's now 2:30, which is the sacred time in America known as the post-lunch snack time. So I'm going to be muting off and on while I eat these chips that came with my lunch.
Zyphotic, are you Czech or Slovakian, because there are distinct heritage differences between the two. When I lived in the Czech Republic for a year. I was an exchange student there, and no Czechs or Slovaks that I met living there identified as Czechoslovakian. Even under the regime, it was very clearly, I'm Czech, I'm Slovak. Side point. That's it. Back to your... Godvej, Dobry den. How you doing? Yeah, a whole year in Tabor. Yeah. This, from my understanding, the Slovak language is basically Slovak works into Czech. They just have some different word choices where some Czechs don't necessarily understand Slovak. But anyway, it's a great place. Brno is kind of scary. I am playing Legacy, Grixis,
Stuff. The Fat Man, thank you for the 3 months there. I appreciate that. Welcome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jam this Shaman pre-combat, just in case my opponent wants to trade inside of combat. Get my max damage in here.
Yeah, giant Joktabot. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Like, I was there in 2004, 2005.
How do you feel about Team Limited? I don't play any Limited at all. Maybe Kent has some opinions?
Yes! Gimme! I think it is the... As far as getting to squeeze the most of your play skill out of, like, you and your teammates to leverage, like, what team is better, I think Team Sealed is at, like, the top of that list. Every time I feel like I've cashed one Team Sealed event. It's a lot of work. I engineer. I'm no longer in the military, as you can see by my lovely locks. I was in from 2007 to 13. The downside of Team Limited, it is hard. Like, there is tons of effort to feel like you understand how to build all of these decks with all these packs. Then you show up to the tournament and you make a mistake, and yeah. To be clear, the tournament that we cashed, by the way, we beat PGO round 1.
Nice.
I lost the against the double assemble the Legion deck.
Oh, I think I have to kill this here. I just, like, can't lose my 3-2. It's, like, my only source of pressure. They have, like, the third Rattle Chains here. I'm going to feel bad, but...
Arclick, I visited Brno in the lovely first week of December and missed a train to cross the border and had to spend 12 hours wandering around with bad Czech and no friends. It's a great city. All the cities in the Czech Republic are lovely, but Brno, compared to the Bohemian, so the Western cities, it's just a little more concrete and Soviet. Yeah, that's it.
We really need to draw a... This game's actually a good example. Like, maybe this interaction shouldn't be in my deck. Like, if this trophy had been a Lead the Stampede here, I'd be much better off. Like, I'm kind of struggling for gas, and, like, the Doom Blade on that Rattle Chains really wasn't particularly good here.
What I gotta say about beer in the entirety of the Czech Republic, none of it's expensive. I think I was paying like 10 to 15 crowns a beer. Yeah. You're also right, though. As you go further east, it gets cheaper. Yes, they do. Budvar! In case folks didn't know, Budweiser filed a lawsuit against Budvar which is a beer that's been brewed in the Czech Republic for hundreds of years older. It is now in the EU, and like literally, I'm pretty sure like the settlement was that outside of the Czech Republic they have to call it Czech bar, but inside the Czech Republic they call it Budvar. But it doesn't make any sense because Budvar has been around for like 3 times the length of Budweiser. Budvar is quite good.
That's not true, Demins. Giving this deck a clean answer to something like Jace the Mind Sculptor or Teferi that can sit on the table and sculpt the control player's hands is a big deal. I think implying that the only thing Trophy does is destroy lands is just not true. It's a very flexible card. I agree that in a lot of situations it's similar to or just like marginally worse than Abrupt Decay, but there's a lot of flexibility and like there's power in a format like Modern. There is power in flexibility.
Wow, it is how much? Just to be clear, the price of beer in the Czech Republic is like a good indicator of the economy, and folks will riot. I'm surprised there weren't riots. Anyway, that's being a little bombastic.
We're getting Spellquellered. All right, I think we're getting close to it here. We need a Shaman or a Collected Company here real soon.
This feels like the way the humans versus spirits matchup play out. Like you try very hard to interact on the ground, and then they're just like, oh, by the way, I have a zone that you don't interact with.
Yep, and then just go over the top.
Yep. And if they have just enough interaction.
Well, Green ET, Resolve Dugan usually means Elves isn't winning anyways. Just like having the ability to like them clear your board, you kill the Ugin, and then you rebuild after is like pretty unlikely. A lot of things have to be going right for that to happen for you.
Super Duper, when I was there, it was like 25 to $1. Roughly, I mean, like I said, it's been a decade plus.
Abzan Rock deck in the queue. It's literally green, black, Lingering Souls. It's line 6. So close to a year, Mr. Tasty. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Sick, I wasn't off.
They have another Spellcaller. We're basically out of this game. I wish I was playing in paper so I could like say to my opponent, show me Spellcaller and I'll concede.
Right.
Just like save us all a couple of clicks here.
So what I liked about Hex, you could click the cards in your hand and it just put the text in the box and I hit enter.
Yep, you could show them. Yep.
Trust me, I am not taking the time to click and because it was a link, right? Wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't have a page full of links hanging out.
All right. Do you have a Spellcaller?
And if not, they're dead, right?
Yep. They've kind of played like they have another one.
Don't do it. They can't. They won't.
Don't do it.
Jeff, they don't have it.
Don't do it.
Jeff,
have a heart. Have a heart. We did it, Reddit. We did it.
Jeff, please. Jeff, I need you to leave one
mana creature back?
Please.
Okay.
You buy a... Would have walked away. Okay.
It could be... They have a lot of toughness here.
Okay.
Like, Selfless Spirit Sacrifice. Like, they're only losing one creature here.
Yeah, but that's trample damage.
We do have trample. They're at 8, though.
16, 21. They need to put 13 powers of toughness in front of this, which is their board.
Yeah, but their board's not going to die. Gives the Selfless Spirit.
Yeah. Oh, they have 2 Selfless Spirits. Yeah. Ooh.
And are we dead on the backswing?
14. They lose 1 attacker. And the Mausoleum Wanderers 1 smaller.
Yep. So they're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, They have 13 on board right now, so any spirit will be lethal next turn.
This is lethal. This is lethal. There we go.
I was like, I haven't done this and this is very important, chat. Math is not, this is the best part of Magic Online and digital Magic in general. I don't have to do the math here. I just get to be like, this is my stuff, power them up, you do your blocks, Moto will say you're dead or you're not. We'll sort it all out after. These attacks still leave you, these blocks still leave you dead, opponent. I'm not sure that they have blocks that don't leave them dead. It's like this is dead.
They sack the other Selfless Spirit. Yeah, they have to put one in front of each.
They have, you know, even if they put one in front of each, they're still just like dead to, they're still just like dead to trample. They could have path. Yeah, these blocks don't save them. They need path. And like, we haven't anything on board that they would want to path. They could like have a path here as their last card.
Okay.
Nope, dead. Ew. We are the superior tribe. This is like the tribal deck that like pounds other tribal decks. It's so efficient and linear.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what other.
It's so efficient and linear.
Excuse me, sir. Tribal Dragons, I think, is favorite.
Tribal Dragons. That's true. They've got Screds and Angers.
They really need to print a flavorful Dragon Sweeper.
Green Black Elves. I think this list is great. This is the list that's on my website. You can see a bunch of other leagues with this deck. If you're someone who's interested in building into Modern on the cheap, you can make a number of small budget conscious choices in this deck to make it still be powerful but be budget efficient. You can turn these Cavern of Souls into unclaimed territories. You can turn this Horizon Canopy into another forest. You can turn the Assassin's Trophies into Abrupt Decays or Maelstrom Pulses, and the Surgicals can be a different piece of graveyard hate.
Two things. One, Crux of Fate is not flavorful with Dragon Breath spewing out of the mouth for 3 damage to everything. That just doesn't, that's not the same thing. And two, we ripped that Ezuri right off the top.
Right off the top.
Right off, they just picked it up and put it in play.